morning, everybody. We are live. Mike and Mike up in the Great White North, filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden. Mike, how are you today?
I'm okay. It's a little rainy here. I don't know about the White North, but yeah, it's raining. Still green outside.
Well, it's fairly white where I am, so we'll just go with that. So we got an interesting bunch of topics to talk about on the show today. People are getting surgery for prostate cancer when it's not necessary. We got a woman in North Carolina who wanted to be blind so bad that she hired a psychologist to dump drain cleaner in her eyes. And there's a new U.S. study showing that drug overdoses and injuries are the greatest health threat facing the United States of America. The call-in line is 844-374-5433. We've got Lydia in Florida holding the line. Lydia, stay right where you are. We want to talk to you because I think that just reading the Comrex here, I think we can help you out. But first of all, I want to get into this story. A woman uses drain cleaner to blind self with the help of psychologists. And this goes into so many areas. But and this is not a news story. This is something that I actually read a while back. But I thought, I got to talk about this on the show because it... well, let's get into it. One North Carolina woman has finally achieved her dream of being blind by having a psychologist pour drain cleaner on her eyes. Wow. Jewel Shuping says she always wanted to be blind. Even when she was a child, the woman is said to suffer from body integrity identity disorder, or BIID, got to give it a name, a condition that causes healthy people to believe they are meant to be disabled. This group of people may also be referred to as transabled. There it is. Everything, yeah. You know the score. Shuping's desire to be disabled led her to find a psychologist who is willing to commit a crime. I made that last part up. Who is willing to help her become blind. Okay, you can't intentionally damage somebody under the guise of a medical profession. Hippocratic Oath. Do psychologists have to go with the Hippocratic Oath, Mike?
Not that I know of. The few that I knew, well, actually, most medical doctors don't go through the Hippocratic Oath anyways anymore. But not that I know of. I don't think so. I mean, they used to be chairside assistants up until the 1950s when they got authority to use drugs, and all of a sudden they got slapped that label of doctor. So, I mean, I don't even consider psychiatrists to be anything important.
Well, I don't even know what to say. Listen to this. Shuping had the psychologist pour drain cleaner in her eyes. Over the next several months, she slowly went blind just as she intended. She lost her left eye and lost her sight in her right eye. I really feel this is the way I was supposed to be born, that I should have been blind from birth, Shuping told the Daily Mail. When there's nobody around who feels the same way, you start to think you're crazy. But I don't think I'm crazy. I just have a disorder. So that's, it's good to have a disorder. You would think that it would be the psychologist's job to fix the disorder, to bring it into order. But no, it's in this case, it was the psychologist's job to bend reality to fit in with this woman's quote-unquote disorder. And it goes on that when she was a kid, she would walk around with a cane like a blind person and spend hours staring at the sun. Now, this is just wrong on so many levels, and she needed to be fixed. This poor lady had a problem. But instead of fixing the problem, they tried to bend everything to fit her reality. And it's crazy. It is crazy. I don't care what anybody says.
No, she's trying to be cool. That was the cool thing in the playground. Everybody used to run around with sticks, and, nowadays everything that used to be frowned upon 2 weeks ago is cool all of a sudden. We've got to cut off our genitals. We've got to, empower women by giving them the ability to cut off their own breasts, 40 years before they'll ever have breast cancer, on the idea that they might if they have this gene. So, the psychologist or psychiatrist, literally what he did is he performed a surgery, a very screwed up surgery, but that's what he did, if you think about it.
It's crude, but yeah, that's definitely what he did. Yeah.
Yeah, and like, oh, we're going to get some heat for saying this, but I mean, it's pretty messed up the way that society is turning, and everything that, like I said, once upon a time was frowned upon just a few weeks ago, probably. Now if you're not a transgender vegan that's trying to go blind, you're going to be laughed at by people, and it doesn't make any sense. I mean, I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't do drugs, and believe it or not, 3/4 of the people that I know, they all do it. And as soon as they find out, oh, Mike, you're not going to come out and drink with us, then it's like they don't talk to me for a few weeks. It's actually weird.
Well, yeah, I mean, up is down, right? We're surrounded by transformers.
Robots in disguise.
Gender in disguise. So,
well, you know what? I told you about, we have this radio station in Ottawa called the New Hot 89.9. And I don't know if I told you about it, but on the bus shelters in Ottawa, where you just sit and wait in case it's cold, there's these posters that say the new normal. And it's a photo of a transgender person. And it's half woman, half man. And you can see they digitally started to morph the image. Now, I have no problems with whatever you want to do at home. If you want to, shove light bulbs up your butt, I'm cool with that. That's your thing. If you want to, mutilate yourself and call yourself, Bruce Jenner or whatever, fine, do it. But why do you have to post it on the bus shelters and tell me that this is what you have to become? Thank you. I like all three of my testicles. Actually, I've only got two. I bought a third one at Walmart. It's one of those detachable ones. But I guess I'm not that cool. I'm sorry. I'm not hip.
Well, listen, I'll tell you what, okay, so we're going to abandon that story, but it actually kind of goes into this next one here that Press TV was reporting on. It's funny because there's a new U.S. study claiming that drug abuse is the leading cause of injury and death in the United States. And incidentally, as the usage of drugs, whether they're legal in the pharmaceutical sense or illegal, you have this same trend occurring. So, I mean, it goes. Drug abuse in the United States has reached epidemic levels where they're the leading cause of injury-related deaths, surpassing car accidents and gun violence, according to a new U.S. government report. 46,470 Americans died of drug overdoses in 2013, the last year which data was available, while 35,000 killed in traffic accidents, 33,000 killed by guns. And that is put out by the Drug Enforcement Administration, or DEA. And it's funny because this guy, Chuck Rosenberg, he says drug abuse is ending too many lives too soon and destroying families and communities. And he goes on to say, we must reach young people at an earlier age and teach them about the many dangers and horrors. Now, I don't know about you, Mike, but when I went to school here in Canada, I think it was about the 4th grade, we had a police officer show up at the school under the DARE program, and I can't remember exactly what DARE stands for, drug abuse resistance education, I think, something like that. But it was funny because this cop, it was 4th grade, okay? We weren't thinking about drugs and partying. We were just starting to feel weird around girls, okay? But this cop showed up with this little display case of every illegal drug that you could imagine, and he showed us each one and explained in great detail how you use it. It was like school on if you were going to become a drug addict, this is how you would go about it. And now they're saying we need to do this earlier. So, they need to bring heroin into the kindergarten and show it to these children and explain to them, if you were going to do heroin, this is how you would do it. And not only that, but after that program started, drug abuse has gone off the charts. It's at previously unseen levels. Now, if you take countries where they have decriminalized drug use, people don't use them as much. And it's really interesting. I mean, it's a tremendous burden on the medical system. It's a tremendous burden on the courts. It ties up the time of cops running around messing with people for drugs. And You know, it's interesting that the same families that used to own slaves in the southern United States, all of a sudden, they own prisons. Think about it. The article goes on to say overdose deaths, particularly from prescription drugs and heroin, have reached epidemic levels. The DEA report also found that heroin and prescription painkillers are among the top drug threats. Heroin use in the United States has skyrocketed in recent years, and there was a 51% increase in users between 2013 and 2014. Now, that's interesting to note that the United States was found guarding poppy fields in Afghanistan that recently were outlawed by the Taliban. And ever since that, the U.S. walked in there and put down the Taliban, all of a sudden we've got all this cheap heroin flooding into the United States. It's just something interesting.
How dare you say that?
I said it, Mike, and I'm not sorry.
How can you imply that that war was a scam? You're telling me that that imaginary guy with a beard and a laptop in a mountain didn't cause all that problem that happened, and back in 2001, and he wasn't the reason why we went to Afghanistan? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, it's debatable.
You can't debate facts, okay? The boogeyman was there, and they overpowered the United States' military defense and radar systems, and shame
they just
on you,
needed
Mike.
more
You're
money.
not there for poppies.
Yeah. It gives a whole new meaning to the term war on drugs. Where are you going? I'm going to war on drugs.
Exactly. Got to get that. Heroin and opiate stuff secured for us. Well, how else are we supposed to get everybody hooked on OxyContin and oxycodone?
Well, and it's big money to somebody somewhere. I hear the music. That means we're going to a break. After the break, we're going to talk to Lydia in Florida. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.
This is a healthcare alert from the Pain Relief Hotline. If you, a family member, or a loved one suffers from knee, back, shoulder, or ankle pain and have Medicare as your primary insurance, we've got great news. You don't have to suffer any longer. You can immediately qualify for a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost to you by calling our 24/7 Pain Relief Hotline at 866-389-0620. Delivery is free and all paperwork is handled for you. If you are on Medicare and have knee, back, shoulder, or ankle pain, don't wait. You can qualify to immediately receive a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost by calling our 24/7 Pain Hotline now at 866-389-0620. Our representatives are standing by 24/7 to take your call and rush you your pain-relieving brace at little or no cost to you. Shipping is free and all paperwork is handled for you. Just call 866-389-0620. That's 866-389-0620. Again, 866-389-0620.
I want to be able to smoke inside, cut down on cigarettes, jog without wheezing, be kissable, and save money.
Then you want LeSig e-cigarettes. Get the highest quality, best tasting vaping experience on the market with unmatched customer service from LeSig. And right now, gobble up this deal. Buy $30 worth of any products and get a starter kit for only $5. Use code SK at checkout. But hurry, offer good only until Thanksgiving at LeSig.com. LeCig.com. Kick some ash with LeSig.
A lot of people's lives and bodies are out of balance. AlkaVision Plasma pH drops optimize pH level and get rid of harmful waste and acid. Just a few drops in water restores vibrance and energy and gets you back in balance. Now order 2 bottles and get $10 off your order. Sign up for monthly auto shipping and save 25%. Call 800-518-7615 or visit alkavision.com. Alkalize your body. Supercharge your health at alkavision.com.
Earthquake, floods, winter storms, prolonged power outages, or war. Each of us have had that moment when we recognize that we need to be better prepared. We typically do the same thing. We start with food storage, then we address the need for water. But have you considered heat storage? I'm talking about staying warm in the cold. Here are some things for you to consider. How will I keep my family warm? The standard answers are firewood, coal, or propane, but the problem with that if you need to be on the move is you can't take it with you. Another concern, there may come a time when you need to stay warm without smoke, like in times of war. There may even come a time when you can't burn fuel. The answers may be simpler and less costly than you think. For these answers, go to fortressclothing.com. Again, fortressclothing.com has the answers to your heat storage dilemma. Don't get stuck in the cold. fortressclothing.com. You'll never be cold again.
Are your Google search results killing you? Unflattering content in blogs, news articles, online reviews, social media, or other sources can jeopardize your reputation, your business, and your livelihood. Let Reputation.com help. Our patented technology will make the truth about you more visible while pushing down unwanted negative content. Improve your Google search results. Call Reputation.com at 1-800-831-0771 for a free consultation. That's 800-831-0771.
Welcome back to the Dr. Glidden Show. We are live, and as promised before the break, we're going to go straight over to Lydia in Florida. Lydia, how are you this morning?
Good. How are you?
Well, I'm doing all right. It's great to hear you today. You wanted to discuss diabetes, PTSD, and obesity. Is that correct?
Yes, I did. I have a little background to give you.
I would love to hear it. Go ahead.
Thank you. I'm 66 years old, and my current weight is 200. At one point, because of depression and everything I was going through with my post-traumatic syndrome, I hit a top of 272 and might have been a little higher. In 2006, I was diagnosed with diabetes, and they put me on meds, of course, and metformin, I said to him, I said, metformin's going to kill me. So I didn't stay on it because of the side effects, but my diabetes was still rampant. In 2010, they started me on insulin. In 2011, I started having stomach pains. And I know this is going to sound like, well, what's it got to do with diabetes? But I think it has a lot to do with mineral deficiency, like you've been instructing us, In 2012, I moved to Florida, and they're the doctors. I went from a VA doctor, and I started getting private doctors, which are no better than VA, because VA was not doing anything for me with all this situation on my stomach. And the doctor told me he didn't know what the lump was, and so he sent me to a surgeon, and the surgeon said, well, no, you don't have a tumor. It's not a hernia. It's scar tissue from insulin shots. So I'm really confused about it all, thinking, oh, my gosh, I'm giving myself shots in the same area for how many years? And these shots they give you are not normal shots. They're telling us that it should be like under the skin like you do rabies shots. But that's not true. They give you a needle that's about a quarter of an inch long or maybe longer. So, I mean, yeah, you're sticking them in yourself. You don't know what you're hitting. Anyway, I thought, and then his nurse told me he thought it was a dead baby. I'm like, what? So I got sicker and sicker in 2014, moved back to St. Louis, and there in July, I had, all of a sudden it hit me, I had 3 nosebleeds. You wouldn't believe how much blood I lost. And then they're telling me, oh, don't worry, it's nothing. The blood clots were the size of my palm of my hand. I mean, it scared me each time I had it. It was like 45 minutes before it could stop. I had it several times after that, but they did another. Now, mind you, in the past they have done MRIs and CAT scans, couldn't find nothing, thinking it's my mind that, you don't really have pains. Well, this pain in my stomach would put me to my knees. Later on, in August, they did this CAT scan, and they said, oh, you have a 3-inch tear in your abdominal wall. That's your bowel coming through. Well, I'm thinking maybe I'm lost minerals. I'm lost a lot of everything, Things aren't working with the stomach anyway. So they did a surgery in November, and, wow, may I tell you, the after effects of that were horrendous. I had ear bleeds in the hospital, which they told me it wasn't their responsibility. I had all kinds. You're talking top doc. Even a top doc is not worth his weight in gold. You're still going to end up with whatever you're going to end up with.
You're preaching to the choir, Lydia.
Huh?
I said you're preaching to the choir. Go on.
Yes, I know I am. But anyway, November, December, I stayed with my brother and his wife because I couldn't take care of myself. I was that bad. In January, a friend of mine in Florida told me what to take as far as vitamins, but no minerals yet. So in talking about in 2015, this year in July, I moved back down to Florida. I made them do a heavy metals test and it came back, and the first they told me there was nothing. When I looked at the lab results, it said arsenic, lead, and mercury in my blood. I'm thinking that can't be good. There should be none in the blood. I understand mercury but lead and arsenic, I don't really know. Anyway, now my diabetes is still out of control. I took myself off of insulin because the fast-acting wasn't doing any good. I can't tell you how many times I could have died because it went down.
Lydia, your story is heard all too often on this show. We got a break here. I hear the music, but I want you to stay right where you are, and we'll talk about it on the other side, and then we'll get to Elias and Fliss Florida Day on the Dr. Glidden Show. We'll be back. Welcome back to the show. We're live. Mike and Mike filling in for the illustrious Dr. Peter Glidden. We got Elias in Florida, and he is trying to help out his mother-in-law. Very laudable goal indeed. So we were talking about, how doctors really like to scare people when it comes to medical nutrition, partially because they believe their own propaganda. They really do. A lot of them, they believe in what they're doing, and they've got people on all these drugs that don't fix the problem, and then they turn around and tell you not to trust anybody that says vitamins, minerals, and amino and fatty acids can fix the problem. And around here, we call that raising on a busted flush, okay? And really, that's it. And people are getting hurt. And so Mike was talking about, just how much they actually know about nutrition and how faulty it is. Mike, you want to keep going?
Yeah, well, I mean, the whole reason why she's having clotting issues in the first place is a lack of nutrition. And that's, they have no knowledge of nutrition. But you know what's really funny? I want to point something out to you guys. Did you know that old school pharmacists, if you went to pharmacy school, okay, and I'm talking in the 70s and 80s, they used to tell the pharmacists that all illnesses stem from nutrient deficiencies, but they don't treat it with nutrient deficiencies. They treat it with pharmaceuticals. Now, think about that. So once upon a time, they were actually being told everything stems from nutrient deficiencies. Now they're not even taught anything about nutrition. I think they have a 4-hour course. And that's pretty much it throughout their, 5 years of university. So, yeah, I mean, you got to understand their job is also to make as much money as possible, like any other business. Okay, a pizza place doesn't want you to learn how to cook. They're not going to give you pamphlets about the community center's local cooking course. They're also not going to teach you the business of shopping for cheaper groceries, right? So they're going to string your mom along. Let her know that there's absolutely nothing, for the most part, there's absolutely nothing in the natural health field that can harm her, because anything that even makes you fart the wrong way, the FDA or Health Canada or some guy's minions are going to come and they'll take it off the shelf. So she has absolutely nothing to worry about. In fact, like I said, I would say increase, take more vitamins.
Fair enough, Elias.
Yeah, they have her, which is, this is hilarious. They have her on a blood pressure medicine to lower it, and then they're also giving her one to raise it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They play the yo-yo all the time. It's stupid. And right there, how stupid does that sound? But unfortunately, the doctor knows how to promote that to you to make you think that, sorry to say it, but your mom got tricked.
Yeah.
She got
they
sold,
missed a lot of things with her. I mean, she's got liver cirrhosis. You know, they focused on that. They missed her heart failure for so long, and so her heart muscle's really weak. So we're just...
Well, the liver problems are probably stemming back to all the prescription drug abuse, I'm guessing.
Probably because she never drank.
Yeah. The good news about it is that your liver can regenerate under the harshest conditions. I mean, if you've got one tiny scrap of your liver that's still functional, it will regenerate itself. What's that process called, Mike? Ketosis?
Hepatic regeneration. Ketosis is when you drop your carbohydrate level to the point of creating a new form of energy called ketones. So that's when you're burning fat 24 hours a day. But yeah, hepatic regeneration, it's amazing. Like Mike just said, you can have just a small chunk of your liver, and that thing will grow back. You know?
So that's the good news. So yeah, we got nothing to fear except fear itself.
And your doctor.
That too. So Elias, have you been using the products yourself?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I'm a big...
So what's it done for you?
Well, I've never really had any issues, so, you know, I think it's keeping...
Have you gotten stronger and faster?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I feel definitely, you know, more sharper and more energy. You know,
he's sharper, he's stronger, he's faster. We're at the end of the show. Mike, thanks for filling in with me. Elias, thanks for your call, and keep in touch with the show. I want to know what happens with your mother-in-law. I'll see you on the chat room on Monday there, Elias. Mike and Mike filling in for Dr. Glidden. Have a great weekend, everybody. Bye-bye.
I want to be able to smoke inside, cut down on cigarettes, jog without wheezing, be kissable, and save money.
Then you want Le Sig e-cigarettes. Get the highest quality, best tasting vaping experience on the market with unmatched customer service from Le Sig. And right now, gobble up this deal. Buy $30 worth of any products and get a starter kit for only $5. Use code SK at checkout. But hurry, offer good only until Thanksgiving at LeSig.com. LECIG.com. Kick some ash with Le Sig.
Owe $10,000 or more to the IRS?
Get on board with the Tax Admiral. Don't pick on the IRS alone. I'll cut penalties and reduce your overall tax bill. Sometimes I can even get it zeroed out completely.
We're an A-rated company helping people clean up their mess with the IRS.
If you owe $10,000 or more, then call the Tax Admiral.
Call 800-287-7180. Again, that's 800-287-7180. 800-287-7180.
Your house is under attack. Every day, our homes and families are attacked by harmful gases, mold, and pollutants caused by everyday activities. According to the EPA, indoor air can be 5 to 100 times worse than outdoor air. And the American Lung Association states that poor indoor air can cause infections and chronic lung diseases such as asthma. Protect your family with a complete indoor air quality package from Wave Home Solutions. Wave ventilation units for basements and crawl spaces reduce moisture that nourishes mold, odors, dust mites, and expels gases and pollutants. Add the Wave 6-stage air purifier to get rid of the viruses, chemicals, and pollutants upstairs for a complete indoor air quality solution. A healthy home is the best investment you can make. Visit WaveHomeSolutions.com. That's WaveHomeSolutions.com or call 888-758-WAVE. That's 888-758-WAVE.
Wave Home Solutions for a healthy, comfortable home.
We're talking to Lydia before the break, and this poor lady has been put through the mill by the medical establishment, whether it was the VA or conventional doctors, and what a story. Absolutely incredible. I find it interesting, Lydia, that you mentioned that a lot of health problems seem to kind of crop up when you move back to the St. Louis area, and the reason I say that is because Leanne McAdoo over at Infowars.com has been reporting on a rash of health problems that seem to be becoming quite prominent in that area due to an underground nuclear waste dump that people are living in the vicinity of. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but that's what came up in my mind when you mentioned that a lot of these things started piling up. So if you have more to add to your story, go ahead and do it, and then let's go into possible solutions.
Okay. It's down to the point where I started feeling better when I was juicing, but through the depression, of course, and having to live with someone, you end up eating what they're eating. And so when I moved down here, I started doing better with my diet. However, they wanted me to increase the fast acting, and the fast acting would not work, and then all of a sudden it would all release. I would be down to 30, and, you go blind. You can't see under there. I can't tell you how many times. And so my fear was I was going to die. And so I decided I'm taking myself off of the fast acting, and they said, "Oh, you can't do that." I said, "I can through diet." I said, "I don't know what else to do." I said, "I feel like I'm going to die if I don't." Because to me, it was like it was storing in my body, and when I would take my night insulin, which is Lantus, the slow acting, it would crash me. And so sometimes I'd have to call 911. I mean, I would throw things, whatever was near me, because I couldn't hardly walk or see, I would eat. And I always kept stuff by my bed. I'm tired of this situation. I know it can be. I feel like you're my last hope, doctor. I mean, I'm really, I'm scared. I mean, because I don't know what to do next. I'm trying, but. So
well, you know what? Yeah, listen, Lydia, I want you, number one, don't be afraid. Okay, we got nothing to fear but fear itself. And I'm the kind of guy that I believe that there is nothing that can't be overcome with the right information and the willingness to act on it. Now, sometimes people have gone too far. I don't think that's the case with you. I think that your body wants to heal itself. It just needs some raw materials. Now, how did you hear about this show, Lydia?
This is going to sound strange, but my church minister gave me Dr. Wallach's Dead Doctors Don't Lie, and I just fell in love with it. It was just so amazing. So I must have listened to it multiple times last year, in 2014. And so all of a sudden, and then I seen you on YouTube, and I thought, oh, this man is so intelligent. My God, he's really there for the people. He cares. And to find that this day and age, I've had doctors where you go in and say, I'd like to be you to be my family doctor. And they look like, yeah, well, what do you want? It's like, oh, thank you. I feel so safe with you now.
Lydia, I got to correct you on one thing. I am not Dr. Glidden. I'm actually the fill-in host for him, but I've worked with him for about 5 years now, and the name is Mike Phillip. And honestly, there's not one thing that you've mentioned so far that I have not seen somebody recover from. Okay? Now,
oh, wonderful.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. But there's another thing I'd like to mention, Lydia. It's going to take time, and it's going to take some effort. It's nothing worth having is free, and that's how it is in this life. And this is not a magic bullet. This is healing is a process. It's not an event. It's not, I've seen people get over blood pressure and diabetes within a month. I've seen it take 3 months. I've seen it take a year for people to fully recover. So this is going to take a commitment on your part. But it sounds to me like you're sick and tired of being sick and tired and ready to open the curtains and let the sun shine in on the undiscovered country of medical nutrition. Now, I've got some recommendations for you based on Dr. Glidden's work. And if you're ready to take it down, or you can go and download the podcast of this show, or I'll do you even better than that. I'll give you my email address. I want you to get a hold of me after the show. It's Mike Phillip Health, and Phillip is spelled F-I-L-I-P. Mike Phillip Health at gmail.com. Get a hold of me, and I'll write some of this stuff down for you and give you a hand. Now, first of all, let's talk about the diabetes. Glucose levels in the blood are regulated by the minerals chromium and vanadium. It's that simple. Also, cinnamon has been shown to be effective at regulating blood glucose levels, okay? So, insulin production aside, that's got to be there, but your body won't have to work as hard to do that, okay, if you've got the right things in you. So,
May I ask you how
Sorry?
much chromium, vanadium, and cinnamon? Because I've been taking all that, and it's not working.
Okay, have you been using the longevity, chromium, vanadium?
No, I have not.
Okay, well, not all supplements are created equal. And here's the thing. You can just do that on its own, but there's another 58 minerals that you need that are going to complement them in your body. There's 16 vitamins and 12 amino and 2 fatty acids. And this is, it's like an orchestra, okay? Everything plays together. So what we're going to do is we're going to hook you up with the right products and see what happens. Now, the obesity, it's the same thing. It's a mineral deficiency. The PTSD, same thing. These are all arms of the same octopus, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to get you on board with Dr. Wallach's formulations, and we're going to give you a list of foods that you're absolutely going to have to avoid if you are ever going to hope to get out of the prison of chronic disease, all right? So what you're going to need is 2 Healthy Start Pack Liquid 2.0, 2 bottles of Sweeties, and that's the chromium, vanadium packed in cinnamon. Also on top of that, I want you to add 2 bottles of plant-derived minerals. Now, we do not cure or treat disease. What we do is steer people in the right direction to get the raw materials that the body needs in order to repair itself and function optimally. And I gave you my email address. It's mikephilliphealth@gmail.com. Get a hold of me after the show, and I can give you a few tricks on how to get price breaks on these products and how to use them, because there's a way to do it. All right, Lydia? In Florida. How you doing, Elias?
Hey, how you doing, Mike?
I'm doing all right. I got a son named Elias.
Oh, that's great. I don't hear that too often.
Good people. So what's on your mind today, Elias?
Well, I was talking to Dr. Glidden the other day, and he gave me some recommendations for my mother-in-law. She just got out of the hospital. She's now staying with us. I forgot to ask him one particular thing about, she's taking Coumadin, which is a blood thinner, and they like to scare people, like to stay away from, leafy greens and all that. And I know
they do.
He has some of that in there, so I didn't know if anybody had some information on that.
Well, here's the thing. If she's taking blood thinners for, I'm guessing it's for blood pressure, right?
Well, she has a blood clot.
She's got clots, yeah. Okay, so what you're going to want to do is you're going to monitor the situation very closely, keep an eye on the numbers. And did Dr. Glidden, I remember you were in the chat room. I was watching that the other day. Yeah. So there's nothing in anything Dr. Glidden recommended to you that's going to interact or interfere with the drug. Okay. But what can possibly happen is that the body starts working more efficiently, and so the drug starts getting where it's supposed to go quicker and is more effective. Mike, I'd like you to speak on this a little bit. Are you there, Mike?
Yeah, I'm here. I've been here the whole time.
Yeah, I want to hear your opinion on this as well.
Well, with regards to the quote-unquote leafy greens being in the supplements, are you talking about like Beyond Tangy Tangerine, how it has the powdered, Yeah. No, that's very negligible, to be honest. It's not going to impact it one bit. So, her best bet is to also increase omega-3s, okay? Now, that'll work as a natural blood thinner, and it'll help.
Okay, and they tried to scare her on that, too, which is ridiculous.
That's their job, right? I mean, if you work for Toyota, your number one goal is to tell everybody else not to ride a bike, not to buy Nike shoes, and not to buy, a Chevy, right? And especially if you have no knowledge. I mean, the fact that they're even discussing nutrition at all, they have no knowledge or training about it. So,
I was shocked that they were okay with taking selenium. It was amazing that they were okay with it when I brought it up.
That's a shocker.
Yeah, that was.
There's certain minerals and vitamins that they would allow, and I call them the Centrum complex. You know that vitamin, Centrum?
Yeah.
Okay, now that's owned by, I believe it's Pfizer or Merck or something. Okay, so it's owned by a pharmaceutical company, and they'll allow you minimal amounts of those vitamins. But they have no knowledge on essential fatty acids. They have no knowledge on the pathogenesis of illness. They don't know how things start. That's not their training. That's not their job. So they're going to scare her about everything in order to make sure that she stays on her Coumadin. Okay, and that's just part of their job. McDonald's has to sell you McDonald's. They have to sell their pharmaceuticals. Their job is not healthcare. I don't even know who coined that term. They're geniuses for marketing. Whoever said that they're healthcare professionals. But yeah, no, definitely. I would, in the instance of a doctor saying, cut down on certain vitamins, I would say double them. Just because your best bet is to do the opposite of what a doctor tells you.
They tried to downplay, because I talked about the good herbs, and they're like, well, there's no real proven record on herbal stuff. So I'm like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, well,
drugs are synthesized from herbs.
Yeah, exactly, right?
That's what I was going to say. The majority of them are synthesized from herbs. They mutate certain herbs and they add some chemicals. And understand that herbs themselves are add-ons. Okay? So
I hear the music. We're going to get into the herbal add-on right after this break. Mike, you're doing great. Elias, stick around. We'll be back after this message.
Hi, this is Dr. Joel Wallach, the Dead Doctors Don't Lie guy. Have you ever wondered why farmers can keep their livestock lean and healthy just by feeding them minerals in a nutrient-dense diet? Before market, they cut off their minerals, leaving them to crave high-calorie grains to fatten them up. So if weight control is this easy, why does the medical system prescribe invasive surgical gastric bypass for humans? The truth be told, according to research, you can avoid over 900 different diseases just by getting 90 essential nutrients daily. Check us out on the web at sonsoflibertyteam.com. and order your Healthy Start Pack and get your 90 for life. Or dial 855-301-TEAM. I said essential, not optional, and every day. Easy. 90 for life on the web at sonsoflibertyteam.com or call 855-301-TEAM. That's 855-301-TEAM. That's 855-301-TEAM. Check us out on the web at sonsoflibertyteam.com. At sonsoflibertyteam.com.
For over 5 years, you've been hearing about the Berkey Guy, so you may know a few things about him. For example, you are well aware of the superior quality and effectiveness of Berkey water filters and accessories. But did you know the Berkeys have had independent lab tests done to prove just how effective they are? It's true, and he can email you the test results. Just visit goberkey.com. You may also know that the Berkey Guy has helped tens of thousands of people get better prepared. Now here's something you may not know. GoBerkey.com has amazing specials and deals all the time on a wide variety of survival and preparedness products, most ready to ship same day. Visit the Berkey Guy at GoBerkey.com and be sure to click the red Products on Sale Now button. You can always call toll-free 877-886-3653. Again, that's 877-886-3653. GoBerkey.com, home of the Berkey Guy.
Hi, I'm Rick Ossick with Famous Footwear. Did you know that premature birth is the #1 killer of babies? That's why we support the March of Dimes in the fight against premature birth. Join us in supporting cutting-edge research, treatment programs, and outreach to help moms have full-term pregnancies and healthy babies. Learn how you can help save babies' lives at marchofdimes.org.
Is negative content or comments on the web affecting your personal or professional reputation? Unfavorable comments, embarrassing pictures, videos, legal documents, and bad tweets can ruin your personal life, your career, or your business. It happens a lot, and it's just not fair. But what can you do? Reputation.com can protect your good name. Get a free consultation now at 800-831-0771. That's 800-831-0771. Call right now for a free expert reputation analysis. It's easy to squash the unfair attacks with our patented system, and the analysis is absolutely free. Make the best things about you jump out in searches. Protect your personal and professional reputation, your business, and your income. Get your free reputation analysis from Reputation.com right now. Call 800-831-0771. 800-831-0771. 800-831-0771.
A lot of people's lives and bodies are out of balance. AlkaVision Plasma pH drops optimize pH level and get rid of harmful waste and acid. Just a few drops in water restores vibrance and energy and gets you back in balance. Now order 2 bottles and get $10 off your order. Sign up for monthly auto shipping and save 25%. Call 800-518-7615 or visit alkavision.com. Alkalize your body. Supercharge your health at alkavision.com.
I am a 47-year-old female and had a heart attack in 2005. This is Alice from New Jersey. I still get angina, even with 4 stents. I was taking nitro 2 or 3 times a week. The very first day after taking Heart and Body Extract, the chest pain was gone. Now I don't wear a nitro patch.
Learn the secrets of an effective, natural, 100% organic nutritional supplement for a healthy heart and circulation at hbextract.com.
Just recently, we've witnessed some of the most catastrophic disasters in history. Be sure to prepare yourself with great-tasting, high-quality, GMO-free food that has a 25-year shelf life. Of course, we're talking about the foods from SurvivalFoodAlliance.com. And don't forget, the human body needs up to 3 quarts of water every day to remain healthy and hydrated. So check out our water bricks at SurvivalFoodAlliance.com. Go to SurvivalFoodAlliance.com or call 877-223-1776.
Sciatica, lower back pain, hip pain, poor posture. If you suffer from any of these problems, get ready to relax. Introducing an amazing product that's been in the market for over 25 years, the Sacro Wedgie. It was invented by a football coach using a common-sense osteopath technique. He created this device to help his athletes by isolating and supporting the sacrum, which is the keystone of our anatomy. This wedge-shaped bone is in the center of our hips, where a lot of pain starts. Simply relax 20 minutes daily on the amazingly simple Sacro Wedgie and let gravity do the work, helping muscles rebalance and start releasing nerves. Sit in the Sacro Wedgie at the computer or while traveling to help correct posture to finally help relieve those stubborn aches and pains for only $33.95. It's made in the USA, so click the family-owned website at sacrowedgie.com, spelled SACROWEDGY.com, or call 1-800-737-9295. That's 1-800-737-9295. Relax your back pain away with the Sacro Wedgie.
If you're like me, you're concerned about the stock market and the economy. You're asking the questions, but it just doesn't seem that you're getting the right answers. Well, my friends at the Wealth Preservation Institute not only have the answers, but they've put together a free report, How to Survive the Upcoming Economic Collapse and Protect Your 401ks, IRA savings, and retirement income. Don't hesitate. This report's for free for a limited time by calling 888-772-2929. That's 888-772-2929. Take back your financial lives today.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99 and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows, pause and rewind live TV, even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
By now you know that wireless technology like cell phones do in fact pose dangers to the health and privacy of everyone. Block-It Pocket's wide range of products are unmatched in providing the protection you deserve. No scare tactics, just common sense. BlockItPocket.com offers quality American-made options to alleviate and eliminate these invisible dangers. Learn more at BlockItPocket.com or call 888-315-9618. BlockItPocket.com, enhancing health and privacy. Don't take a cold or flu lying down. Stand up and fight back with Supernatural Silver. Supernatural Silver is a natural immune system booster that is highly effective against viruses, bacteria, and fungus. Supernatural Silver is perfect for daily use and can be taken orally or used topically to keep you protected from whatever comes your way. This new technology is hundreds of times more effective than colloidal or ionic silver and is supported by extensive research from over 300 clinical studies at universities and independent research facilities across the country. Supernatural Silver has an exceptionally long storage life and should be an essential part of your emergency preparedness. Don't be caught off guard. Give your body the support it needs to fight off deadly pathogens that are lurking everywhere. Stock up on Supernatural Silver and give yourself and your loved ones a fighting chance. Go to supernaturalsilver.com and use the promo code SILVER2015 for 20% off. That's supernaturalsilver.com. Supernaturalsilver.com.